Colonial imperialism and colonial conquest in Africa has not even dwindled at all, but rather it has even transmogrified to another level. Now, this is Botswana, as in diamond being found in Botswana, and it was reckoned that this is the largest world as a whole, the largest diamond to be found in what Botswana, as like the second country with the highest diamond deposit is an African country, and that is Botswana. And guess what? They said it is Canadian company that Canadian company you know, founded a diamond deposit in Botswana. The question now is this: what is Canada doing in Botswana? What has to do with what is the correlation between Botswana and Canada? What is Canada doing in Botswana? You see, African leaders are mentally derailed. They have siphoned the resources of this country and put the African countries in a state of quagmire because of their inferiority complex. What is a Canadian company doing in Botswana? This is how the colonial master, this is how the whites come into Africa, usurp the resources of Africa, take it to their own country, and govern their own country, build their economy, build their own infrastructural development, and at the end of the day, they will still tell you that they are superior to you. Meanwhile, they are using your resources to develop themselves, to build themselves. Imagine this diamond deposit in Botswana, and it was reckoned as the second largest in the world. So, in essence, with these resources, if Botswana has an effective leadership, I bet you Botswana is supposed to be one of the countries topping the world. I've always been saying the resources that Africa has is enough to become the greatest continent ever. But guess what? The flesh and the mindset of a black man is so decomposed that they can't even govern themselves. An average black man can't govern themselves, ranging from Botswana to Nigeria to Cameroon to Ghana, all the black African continent, because most of all these characteristics, most of all these inconsequential and unpalatable dispositions are not being exhibited by the white African part of Africa. For example, you can't see all these useless behaviors from Egypt, Algeria, or a whole lot of white African countries. But you see an average black man, an average black African country, they have sold their country, they have sold their citizens to slavery and imperialism to the Western world. With this kind of diamond deposit, Africa should be battling in wealth and vast resources. But because of the gross nepotism, because of the gross high-handedness, and because of the gross ineptitudeness of African leaders, the vast resources that are meant to transmogrify the average lives of an African have been grossly immersed and siphoned by the Western world, and thereby leaving the ship of African development hovering helplessly within the ambience of the Bermuda Triangle. It should be a case of crying not or weep not, beloved Africa. But there is nothing actually to even stop the weeping of Africa, because we are the one beating ourselves. Africa is the one beating herself. We can't rule ourselves. We can't take the resources we have to take care of ourselves. All the African countries, all the black African countries are the same in terms of gross inferiority complex, ranging including the same South Africa that is now presently claiming as the most developed country in the black Africa. They are even the same. White supremacy all over everywhere. That an average black man cannot rule himself, cannot govern himself. And that is why you see our citizens trooping here and there. I think back then they said the white men when they came in, they used mirrors, toothbrush, this and that to deceive our forefathers. This time around that we are now more wiser. What is now happening? What is now happening in Africa? Now we claim that we are now more wiser. So what is now happening in Africa? What is now happening in Africa? That in fact you go to Zamfara here in Nigeria. Zamfara now is producing the highest gold. They have the largest gold deposit. Tell me, Nigeria is not even interested. They are not even interested. To them, we have enough. We have enough to steal. We have enough to borrow. We have enough to pocket. We have enough citizens to milk from, and thereby private individuals are mining all these golds and sell it to the Western world and pocketing the dollars inside their pocket. I don't know what is wrong with Africa. I don't know what is wrong with black African countries. The mentality we have. Today, Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Every Nigerian is always trooping in to go to Canada. America is one of the best countries in the world. Every Nigerian trooping in to go there. Every African. Why? Because they have built themselves. They have built their economy with majority of their resources being gotten from Africa. And we are not trooping in to go and enjoy a better life. Meanwhile, we have all these things to build our own self in our own country. Who do us, Africa? Who do us?